Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Nishit Kumar, and with me is Anita Anand with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hails India's exemplary COVID-19 vaccination program, which is faster than anywhere in the world. In Mann Ki Baat program, Prime Minister says world will benefit in field of medicines and vaccines from self-reliant India. Prime Minister to address 125th anniversary celebrations of Prabuddha Bharat Journal this afternoon. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu holds all-party meeting for smooth conduct of House. Centre allows cinema halls to operate with 100% seating capacity from next month, issues new standard operating procedures for cinema and theatre halls. Pulse polio program for 2021 begins across the country. As the nation fights the COVID-19 pandemic, we begin with a message of precaution to stay safe and protected by following these three simple steps. Wear a face mask. Maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing and focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that India's fight against coronavirus and its vaccination program has turned out to be exemplary for the world. Addressing the nation in his Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio, the Prime Minister said India is undertaking the biggest COVID vaccine program as well as vaccinating citizens faster than anywhere in the world.
हमारा वैक्सीनेशन प्रोग्राम दुनिया में एक मिसाल बन रहा है। आज भारत दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा कोविड वैक्सीन प्रोग्राम चला रहा है। हम सबसे बड़े वैक्सीन प्रोग्राम के साथ ही दुनिया में सबसे तेज गति से अपने नागरिकों का वैक्सीनेशन भी कर रहे हैं। सिर्फ 15 दिन में भारत अपने 30 लाख से ज्यादा कोरोना वॉरियर का टीकाकरण कर चुका है, जबकि अमेरिका जैसे समृद्ध देश को इसी काम में 18 दिन लगे थे और ब्रिटेन को 36 दिन। साथियों, मेड इन इंडिया वैक्सीन आज भारत की आत्मनिर्भरता का तो प्रतीक है ही, भारत के आत्मगौरव का भी प्रतीक है।
The Prime Minister said Made in India vaccine is a symbol of India's self-reliance and self-pride.
नमो ऐप पर यूपी से भाई हिमांशु यादव ने लिखा है कि मेड इन इंडिया वैक्सीन से मन में एक नया आत्मविश्वास आ गया है। मदुरई से कीर्ति जी लिखती हैं कि उनके कई विदेशी दोस्त उनको मैसेज भेजकर भारत का शुक्रिया अदा कर रहे हैं। कीर्ति जी के दोस्तों ने उन्हें लिखा है कि भारत ने जिस तरह कोरोना से लड़ाई में दुनिया की मदद की है, उससे भारत के बारे में उनके मन में इज्जत और भी बढ़ गई है। कीर्ति जी, देश का ये गौरवगान सुनकर मन की बात के श्रोताओं को भी गर्व होता है।
Mr. Modi said he gets messages praising India from presidents and prime ministers of different countries of the world. Mr. Modi recalled the recent tweet of Brazil president thanking India.
अभी ब्राजील के राष्ट्रपति ने ट्वीट करके जिस तरह से भारत को धन्यवाद दिया है, वो देखकर हर भारतीय को कितना अच्छा लगा। हजारों किलोमीटर दूर दुनिया के दूर सुदूर कोने के निवासियों को रामायण के उस प्रसंग की इतनी गहरी जानकारी है, उनके मन पर गहरा प्रभाव है। ये हमारी संस्कृति की विशेषता है।
Mr. Modi stated that world will benefit in field of medicines and vaccines from self-reliant India.
इस वैक्सीनेशन कार्यक्रम में आपने एक और बात पर अवश्य ध्यान दिया होगा। संकट के समय में भारत दुनिया की सेवा इसलिए कर पा रहा है क्योंकि भारत आज दवाओं और वैक्सीन को लेकर सक्षम है, आत्मनिर्भर है। यही सोच आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान की भी है। भारत जितना सक्षम होगा, उतनी ही अधिक मानवता की सेवा करेगा, उतना ही अधिक लाभ दुनिया को होगा।
The Prime Minister said the beginning of this year marks the completion of almost 1 year of India's battle against corona. He said it is joyful time as many festivals like Lohri, Makar Sankranti, Pongal and Bihu were celebrated in different parts of the country. On 23rd January, the birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was celebrated as Parakram Divas, and nation also watched the Grand Republic Day parade on the 26th of January. The budget session has also begun following the address to the joint session by the President. The Padma Awards were also announced. He added that the tradition of conferring the Padma honor on unsung heroes that was started a few years ago has been maintained this time as well.
राष्ट्र ने असाधारण कार्य कर रहे लोगों को उनकी उपलब्धियां और मानवता के प्रति उनके योगदान के लिए सम्मानित किया। इस साल भी पुरस्कार पाने वालों में वे लोग शामिल हैं जिन्होंने अलग अलग क्षेत्रों में बेहतरीन काम किया है, अपने कामों से किसी का जीवन बदला है, देश को आगे बढ़ाया है। यानी जमीनी स्तर पर काम करने वाले अनसंग हीरोज को पद्म सम्मान देने की जो परंपरा देश ने कुछ वर्ष पहले शुरू की थी, वो इस बार भी कायम रखी गई है। मेरा आप सभी से आग्रह है कि इन लोगों के बारे में, उनके योगदान के बारे में जरूर जानें, परिवार में उनके बारे में चर्चा करें। देखिएगा सबको इससे कितनी प्रेरणा मिलती है।
Prime Minister Modi hailed the Indian cricket team for winning the series in Australia after initial setbacks. He said the hard work and teamwork of players is inspirational. Mr. Modi said that amidst all this, the country was saddened by the insult to the tricolour on the 26th of January in Delhi.
दिल्ली में 26 जनवरी को तिरंगा का अपमान देख देश बहुत दुखी भी हुआ। हमें आने वाले समय को नई आशा और नवीनता से भरना है। हमने पिछले साल असाधारण संयम और साहस का परिचय दिया। इस साल भी हमें कड़ी मेहनत करके अपने संकल्पों को सिद्ध करना है, अपने देश को और तेज गति से आगे ले जाना है।
Prime Minister Modi said India is going to commence the celebration of 75 years of independence, Amrit Mahotsav. He termed it an excellent time to explore places associated with heroes of freedom struggle. Mr. Modi touched upon another comment made on Namo app. Jairam Viplav, a resident of Munger, has written about Tarapur Martyr Day. On 15th of February 1932, the Britishers had mercilessly killed several of a group of brave young patriots for raising Vande Mataram slogan and Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Mr. Modi bowed to those martyrs and remembered their courage with reverence. He appealed to all countrymen, especially the young people, to write about freedom fighters and incidents associated with freedom. As India will celebrate 75 years of freedom, Mr. Modi said these writings will be the best tribute to those heroes of freedom. He also said an initiative has been taken for young writers for the purpose of India 75. He invited people to be a part of this initiative. Information about this can be accessed from the website of the Ministry of Education.
भारत के हर हिस्से में, हर शहर, कस्बे और गांव में आजादी की लड़ाई पूरी ताकत के साथ लड़ी गई थी। भारत भूमि के हर कोने में ऐसे महान सपूतों और वीरांगनाओं ने जन्म लिया, जिन्होंने राष्ट्र के लिए अपना जीवन न्योछावर कर दिया। ऐसे में यह बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है कि हमारे लिए किए गए उनके संघर्षों और उनसे जुड़ी यादों को हम संजोकर रखें और इसके लिए उनके बारे में लिखकर हम अपनी भावी पीढ़ियों के लिए उनकी स्मृतियों को जीवित रख सकते हैं। मैं सभी देशवासियों को और खास करके अपने युवा साथियों को आह्वान करता हूं कि ये देश के स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों के बारे में, आजादी से जुड़ी घटनाओं के बारे में लिखें। अपने इलाके में स्वतंत्रता संग्राम के दौर की वीरता की गाथाओं के बारे में किताबें लिखें।
Mr. Modi said he was happy to read about how a local vegetable market in Boinapalli of Hyderabad is creating wealth from waste.
बेकार हुई सब्जियों से बिजली बनाने के बारे में शायद ही आपने कभी सुना हो। यही तो इनोवेशन की ताकत है। आज बोइनपल्ली की मंडी में पहले जो वेस्ट था, आज उसी से वेल्थ क्रिएट हो रही है। यही तो कचरे से कंचन बनाने की यात्रा है। वहाँ हर दिन करीब 10 टन वेस्ट निकलता है। इसे एक प्लांट में इकट्ठा कर लिया जाता है। प्लांट के अंदर इस वेस्ट से हर दिन 500 यूनिट बिजली बनती है और करीब 30 किलो बायोफ्यूल भी बनता है। इस बिजली से ही सब्जी मंडी में रोशनी होती है और जो बायोफ्यूल बनता है उससे मंडी की कैंटीन में खाना बनाया जाता है।
The Prime Minister said a similar amazing feat has been achieved by the Badaut village panchayat of Panchkula in Haryana.
इस पंचायत के क्षेत्र में पानी की निकासी की समस्या थी। इस वजह से गंदा पानी इधर उधर फैल रहा था, बीमारी फैलाता था। लेकिन बड़ौत के लोगों ने तय किया इस वाटर वेस्ट से भी वेल्थ क्रिएट करेंगे। ग्राम पंचायत ने पूरे गांव से आने वाले गंदे पानी को एक जगह इकट्ठा करके फिल्टर करना शुरू किया और फिल्टर किया हुआ ये पानी अब गांव के किसान खेतों में सिंचाई के लिए इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं। यानी प्रदूषण, गंदगी और बीमारियों से छुटकारा भी और खेतों में सिंचाई भी।
Mr. Modi also cited an example of how protection of environment can open avenues of income as seen in Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh. For centuries, a type of paper called Mon Shugu has been made in this hilly region of Arunachal Pradesh.
इस कागज को बनाने के लिए पेड़ों को नहीं काटना पड़ता है। इसके अलावा इसे बनाने में किसी केमिकल का इस्तेमाल भी नहीं होता है। यानी ये कागज पर्यावरण के लिए भी सुरक्षित है और स्वास्थ्य के लिए भी। एक वो भी समय था जब इस कागज का निर्यात होता था, लेकिन जब आधुनिक तकनीक से बड़ी मात्रा में कागज बनने लगे तो ये स्थानीय कला बंद होने की कगार पर पहुंच गई। अब एक स्थानीय सामाजिक कार्यकर्ता गोम्बू ने इस कला को पुनर्जीवित करने का प्रयास किया है। इससे यहाँ के आदिवासी भाई बहनों को रोजगार भी मिल रहा है।
The Prime Minister also lauded the 4 women pilots from India who took command of a non-stop flight from San Francisco in United States of America to Bangalore.
इस बार 26 जनवरी की परेड में भी जहां भारतीय वायुसेना की 2 विमेन ऑफिसर्स ने नया इतिहास रच दिया है। क्षेत्र कोई भी हो, देश की महिलाओं की भागीदारी लगातार बढ़ रही है, लेकिन अक्सर हम देखते हैं कि देश के गांवों में हो रहे इसी तरह के बदलाव की उतनी चर्चा नहीं हो पाती।
The Prime Minister mentioned an inspiring story from Madhya Pradesh. At Chichagaon in Jabalpur, some tribal women were working on daily wages in a rice mill. He expressed delight that a month-long strawberry festival began in Jhansi recently. Gurleen Chawla, a law student, has played a huge role in it. The Prime Minister said experiments like the Strawberry Festival not only demonstrate the spirit of innovation but also demonstrate the manner in which the agricultural sector is adopting new technologies. Prime Minister Modi stated that there are more than 30 yoga schools in Santiago, the capital of Chile. Mr. Modi said every Indian takes pride in this special honor by the Chilean Parliament. Prime Minister also touched upon the subject of road safety in Man Ki Baat. From the 18th of January to the 17th of February, country is observing the Road Safety Month. He stressed that many efforts are being made for road safety at the individual and collective level along with the government.
आज भारत में रोड सेफ्टी के लिए सरकार के साथ ही व्यक्तिगत और सामूहिक स्तर पर कई तरह के प्रयास भी किए जा रहे हैं। जीवन बचाने के इन प्रयासों में हम सबको सक्रिय रूप से भागीदार बनना चाहिए। बॉर्डर रोड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो सड़कें बनाती हैं, उससे गुजरते हुए आपको बड़े ही इनोवेटिव स्लोगन्स देखने को मिलते हैं। दिस इज हाईवे नॉट रनवे, या फिर बी मिस्टर लेट देन लेट मिस्टर। ये स्लोगन्स सड़क पर सावधानी बरतने को लेकर लोगों को जागरूक करने में काफी प्रभावी होते हैं।
Mr. Modi mentioned a post received on Namo app from Aparna Das of Kolkata asking him to speak on the FASTag program. She says that the experience of travel has changed with FASTag. Prime Minister Modi said that earlier a vehicle used to take on an average 7 to 8 minutes to cross toll plazas. However, since the emergence of FASTag, this time has reduced to around 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes on an average. It is estimated that this will save approximately 21,000 crore rupees of the taxpayers' money. Mr. Modi urged everyone to follow all the guidelines and take all measures for road safety.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Man Ki Baat program today spoke about tribal women from Chichagaon in Madhya Pradesh. Our Bhopal correspondent throws light on the work of these tribal women.
The tribal women working on daily wages in a rice mill from Chichagaon in Madhya Pradesh, when their income got affected due to corona pandemic, they did not get disheartened. In fact, one among these women, Meena Rangdale, formed a self-help group by associating all the women. Meena Rangdale, while speaking to AIR News, said that today her happiness was doubled when the Prime Minister of the country, Narendra Modi, discussed her story.
मेरा नाम मीना रंगडाले है। मैं ग्राम चिचगांव से हूँ और योग्यता स्वसहायता समूह की अध्यक्ष हूँ। कुछ पैसे हमें मिला, उससे हमने सहयोग की राशि के साथ हमने कहीं से कर्ज लेके बड़ी मिल लगाने की सोची कि राशि संगठन की सहायता से मिली।
पूजा पिवर्धन, AIR न्यूज, भोपाल।
In Man Ki Baat program, the Prime Minister spoke about the ongoing Strawberry Festival of Jhansi, which was inaugurated on 17th of this month by Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. While inaugurating the unique festival, the Chief Minister said that the initiative of growing strawberries will go too far to give a new identity to the region, which is famous for its valor and bravery. On the inauguration day, AIR News spoke to the District Magistrate of Jhansi, Andre Vansi, who told that the motive behind organizing such kind of festival was to make farmers aware of the various schemes of Horticulture Department which can help them in strawberry cultivation.
यहाँ के लोकल किसान स्ट्रॉबेरी कल्टीवेशन पे अपना ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग की बढ़ोतरी लाए, खेती बाड़ी के अलावा उद्यान विभाग से भी जुड़े हुए अन्य चीज़ों का भी फ़ायदा उठा ले और सबसे अच्छे लाभ दिलाने लायक फसल है उस पर लोगों की जागरूकता बढ़ाए। इस संबंध में एक विशेष अभियान के तहत 1 महीने की स्ट्रॉबेरी स्टे एट होम फेस्टिवल किया जा रहा है, जिसमें लोग खेती बाड़ी सीख सके, सरकारी योजनाओं के बारे में जानकारी ले सके और स्ट्रॉबेरी के संबंध में विभिन्न जो क्विजीन है उसके संबंध में कॉम्पिटिशन है, वो सारे मनोरंजन के कार्यक्रम है उसमें प्रतिभाग कर सके।
In today's edition of Mann Ki Baat, Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke about a novel initiative being carried out in Dumka district of Jharkhand. The principal of a government middle school, Dr. Sapan Kumar, had got the village walls painted with the letters of the English and Hindi alphabet in order to help students learn during the lockdown period. Efforts of Dr. Sapan Kumar were praised and appreciated by PM Modi during his speech on Mann Ki Baat. Talking to All India Radio, Dr. Sapan Kumar said that he feels elated after being appreciated by the Prime Minister on a national platform.
आज हमारे लिए काफी खुशी का पल है। मैं अपने आप को गौरवान्वित महसूस कर रहा हूँ। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने हमारे विद्यालय में कोरोना काल में लॉकडाउन अवधि में गांव के हर घर की दीवारों पर ब्लैक बोर्ड बनाने के आइडिया की चर्चा मन की बात में की है। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी देश के सुदूर ग्रामीण क्षेत्र में स्थित दुमका जिला के डुमरथर जैसे गाँव में हो रहे इनोवेशन का भी इतना ख्याल रखते हैं। इसके लिए मैं अपने सभी अभिभावकों, सभी बच्चों, अपने सभी सहयोगी शिक्षकों और डुमरथर के सभी ग्रामीणों के साथ उनका हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the 125th anniversary celebrations of Prabuddha Bharat at 3:15 p.m. today. The event is being organized by Advait Ashram, situated at Mayavati in Uttarakhand. Prabuddha Bharat, a monthly journal of the Ramakrishna Order, started by Swami Vivekananda in 1896. The journal Prabuddha Bharat has been an important medium for spreading the message of India's ancient spiritual wisdom. Its publication was started from Chennai, where it continued to be published for 2 years, after which it was published from Almora. Later in April 1899, the place of publication of the journal was shifted to Advait Ashram, and it has been continuously being published from there since then. You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hails India's exemplary COVID-19 vaccination program, which is faster than anywhere in the world. In Mann Ki Baat program, Prime Minister says world would benefit in field of medicines and vaccines from self-reliant India. Prime Minister to address the 125th anniversary celebrations of Prabuddha Bharat Journal this afternoon. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu holds an all-party meeting for smooth conduct of the House. Centre allows cinema halls to operate with 100% seating capacity from next month. Issues new standard operating procedures for cinema and theatre halls. Pulse polio program for 2021 begins across the country. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
News Services Division of All India Radio will bring you special live day-long programs on the Union Budget 2021-2022.
In-depth analysis of the budget by eminent experts, special budget bulletins, people's reaction on the budget, and exclusive interviews will be the major highlights.
Tune into FM Gold channel 100.1 MHz of All India Radio and other frequencies from 10:20 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Monday, 1st of February.
It will also be available on our website newsonair.com and our YouTube channel News on AIR Official.
Welcome back. In view of budget session of Parliament, Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu held a meeting of leaders of all parties in the upper house today. The meeting was held to seek support of all political parties to ensure smooth conduct of business in the Rajya Sabha. Mr. Naidu made a fervent appeal to leaders of various parties and groups in the house to ensure effective functioning of the house. In response, the leaders assured that there will be full participation in all debates and discussions in the House. The meeting was attended by half a dozen ministers and 25 leaders of various parties. It was decided that instead of the scheduled sitting on the 15th of next month as the last of the first part of the budget session, the House will sit on the 13th before adjourning to enable the department-related parliamentary committees to examine demands for grants of various departments and ministries. Further, to leaders seeking more time for discussing the motion of thanks to the President and the general budget, the Rajya Sabha chairman asked Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi and others concerned to rework the time schedule. Mr. Naidu observed that these two discussions offer ample opportunities to the members to reflect on a wide range of issues for which more time may be allocated. Regarding time management in the House, Mr. Naidu observed that ministers should learn the art of speaking in brief and to the point, both while moving the bill for consideration and replying at the end of debate so that members get more time to speak. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will present the Union Budget for 2021-22 tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the Lok Sabha. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had on Friday, before commencement of the budget session of the Parliament, expressed confidence that the budget for 2021-22 would be seen as part of the packages announced by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman over the past 10 months to offset the impact of COVID-induced lockdowns. Finance Minister presented the economic survey for 2020-21 on last Friday in the Parliament, which pegged the real GDP to be at 11% in the next fiscal. The Union Budget this year, for the first time, will be available only in digital format and can also be accessed through mobile app Union Budget, both on Android and iOS platform.
The first budget of the third decade of the 21st century is going to be of great importance due to multiple reasons. The third budget to be presented by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman is also going to be the first budget after the COVID pandemic phase, which eclipsed the shining economic trajectory of the nation. The economic survey tabled in Parliament last Friday had proposed measures parallel to the batting skills of Pant and Pujara with judicious mixture of fiscal prudence and path-breaking reforms coupled with government spending, where on one hand, through timely and preemptive decisions, the country was able to avoid the economic gloom posed by the pandemic. On the other, the time now has come to outline the road ahead to attain pre-pandemic growth trajectory through the budget 2021-22. The spirit of economic survey has already unveiled that the government will make some major sectoral push in health, infrastructure, manufacturing and service areas with increased public spending, but lot needs to be seen in the budget, which is none less than a vaccine for the corona-infested economy. Anand Chaturvedi, AIR News, Delhi.
News Services Division of All India Radio will bring you special live day-long programs on the Union Budget 2021-22. In-depth analysis of budget by eminent experts, special budget bulletins, people's reaction on the budget and exclusive interviews will be the major highlights. Tune into FM Gold channel 100.1 MHz of All India Radio and other frequencies from 10:20 a.m. to 10 p.m. tomorrow. It will also be available on our website newsonair.com and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official.
In Jharkhand, people from the business community and MSME sector have high expectations from the Union Budget, which will be tabled tomorrow post-COVID pandemic times. The President of Federation of Jharkhand Chamber of Commerce and Industries, FJCCI, Praveen Jain, is expecting GST simplifications and lower interest rate loans for boosting the economy.
बजट डिमांड क्रिएटिंग होना चाहिए, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर स्पेंडिंग हो, सोशल आउटले में हेल्थ एंड एजुकेशन पे खर्च पे ध्यान हो और एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन पे ध्यान रखा जाए. इन चार बातों को ब्रोडर में ध्यान रखा जाएगा तो सभी सेक्टर बिजनेस के जो है वो पुश होंगे और इकोनॉमी को एक गति मिलेगी.
The government has said that more than 37 lakh frontline health workers have received the vaccination under the countrywide COVID-19 vaccination exercise till date. In the last 24 hours, more than 2,06,000 people were inoculated across 5,143 sessions. The country's COVID-19 recovery rate has reached 96.99%. A total of 13,965 COVID patients recovered. During the last 24 hours, the total number of recoveries has gone up to over 1,4,23,125. In a major relief to the entertainment industry, the central government has allowed cinema halls to operate with full capacity starting from next month. In its new standard operating procedures SOPs for cinema halls and theatres, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting said that the auditorium of the cinemas, theatres and multiplexes have been allowed to operate with 100% of their seating capacity. It said that the states and union territories may, however, consider proposing additional measures as per their field assessment. Exhibition of films has not been allowed in the containment zones. Informing about the decision, Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar said that the relief is a significant step towards return to normalcy after the pandemic.
फरवरी में सारे सिनेमा हॉल्स में जितनी सीटें हैं 100% कैपेसिटी से सिनेमा हॉल खुल सकते हैं। ज्यादा से ज्यादा ऑनलाइन बुकिंग हो, यह हम एनकरेज करेंगे। 2 शो के बीच में थोड़ा समय रहेगा ताकि भीड़ अचानक आने वाले और जाने वाली भीड़ एकदम ना हो। सैनिटाइजेशन और कोविड प्रोटोकॉल का पूरा सावधानी बरतनी होगी, लेकिन वहां के स्टॉल से खरीद करके ग्राहक थिएटर में खाने की चीजें ले जा सकता है।
The countrywide Pulse Polio program for 2021 began today. President Ramnath Kovind launched the program on the eve of the Polio National Immunization Day by administering polio drops to children less than 5 years old at Rashtrapati Bhavan yesterday. The day is also popularly known as Polio Ravivar. Puducherry Chief Minister Narayanasamy inaugurated the intensified Pulse Polio Immunization 2021 drive in Mani Meghalai Government Higher Secondary School at Kosapalayam this morning. More from our correspondent.
Polio drops are administered at all government health facilities, selected schools, Anganwadis, temples, community halls and other important places as IPPA booths for the children under 5 years. 2,000 health staff in the UT of Puducherry are involved in this program. All children in the age group of 0 to 5 years are being given polio drops, including newborns. The polio drops are given to all target children irrespective of a previous vaccination, even if the child had already received oral polio vaccine or inactivated polio vaccine. Polio vaccine should be given even if the child has fever, cold and diarrhea. Chandramohan, Air News, Puducherry.
Union Minister Prakash Javadekar today said NDA government has taken several measures for the empowerment of women. He said women of the country have earned plaudits in every sphere, including sports and agriculture. He said this while delivering his address at the Foundation Day ceremony of the National Commission for Women.
आज महिला आयोग जैसी व्यवस्था जब तैयार हुई तो धीरे धीरे महिलाएं आगे आई। अगर सही दर्द है तो शिकायत करने लगी और महिला आयोग की सारी सदस्य भी एक्टिव है तो वो काम करती है, न्याय दिलाती है और आगे भी न्याय दिलाते रहेंगे, ये मुझे पूरा विश्वास है। कोविड योद्धाओं का पूरे देश भर से लोगों को बुला के महिला योद्धा जो है उनका स्वागत किया, सत्कार किया। सफाई कर्मचारी भी है, हेल्थ वर्कर्स भी है, पुलिस भी है, आंगनवाड़ी भी है।
Renowned guitarist Hilton Valentine, who created one of the most famous riffs in pop music in the 1960s, died at the age of 77. The British band version of blues standard The House of the Rising Sun topped the UK and US charts in 1964. The Animals record label ABCO Music described Valentine as a pioneering guitar player influencing the sound of rock and roll for decades to come. Now, let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. National capital Delhi experienced moderate fog. In Mumbai, the minimum temperature was around 18 degrees Celsius, while the maximum is expected to be around 32 degrees. In Srinagar, there will be partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. In Jammu, the minimum temperature was around 5 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 20 degrees. Leh had a minimum temperature of minus 15 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be 1 degree. In Gilgit, the temperature will hover between minus 6 and 12 degrees Celsius. Chandigarh will have mainly clear sky. Temperature is likely to hover between 7 and 22 degrees Celsius. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hails India's exemplary COVID-19 vaccination program, which is faster than anywhere in the world. In Man Ki Baat program, Prime Minister says world will benefit in field of medicines and vaccines from self-reliant India. Prime Minister to address 125th anniversary celebrations of Prabuddha Bharat Journal this afternoon. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu holds all-party meeting for smooth conduct of House. Centre allows cinema halls to operate with 100% seating capacity from next month. Issues new standard operating procedures for cinema and theatre halls. And Pulse Polio program for 2021 begins across the country. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website newsonair.com and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the midday news.